What's up, everybody? Welcome to
What's up?
Monday.
Mystic Monday. Kaboom.
Wow.
Yes, Mystic Monday. And, I had someone at the paranormal conference we went to in Seneca ask me a really weird question. Bless his heart, he was actually a fiction writer. His name is Samuel Castilla, and he's got some wonderful books he's written. And he said, "What is an EVP? You guys keep talking about EVPs. What is that?" And I thought, oh, Lord, here we go. And I just said, well, it's electronic voice phenomena. And then I started, and I went down a rabbit hole or 3 or 4. And instantly I thought about these two that we have on the show. And, Sam really enjoyed our real paranormal talks, not just about werewolves and vampires and stuff like that, that we were actually talking about the real thing. Well, what do you think? Let's bring the real people on that knows about the real thing. Ethereal Voices with Richard and Colleen Johnson.
Hey guys.
What's up? How y'all doing?
Good.
Hello.
Hey, Christine, thank you for watching. Pass the word around. We are live. So are you guys excited about Deep South, our family reunion?
Yeah, so that's what it's become now, the family reunion.
Yep.
Yes, it has.
Love
You
it.
know, it's funny, Richard. We're going to take over D&D Steakhouse.
Yes,
No,
we are.
too bad. They went out of business.
Already?
They retired and closed.
I
When?
thought somebody else bought them out.
They told me last week they were still open.
Oh, well, maybe somebody bought it. It's keeping going. Because
Yep, Stan
Ross was
and
supposed to bought it.
Stan and Michael and Ben and those said it was still open because I was like, I hope they hadn't closed, and they were like, no, they're still
that's
open.
good news then. Because I know they said they were retiring and closing.
Yeah.
So
No, they put it up for sale, and somebody bought them out, so it's still there.
good.
So we're still going to take it over.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got to.
Yep, that's
Us and B.
tradition.
Hey,
There's Michael. They're still
Hey,
open.
Thank you, Michael.
Yay.
Because
So,
it wouldn't be the same without going to D&D Steakhouse, y'all.
oh, yeah.
Uh-uh.
it's a tradition now.
Thank you, Michael. I'm glad they're still open. I know they're trying to retire, and I know retirement's a wonderful thing. But damn it, wait for us to come eat and have our party.
Mhm.
One night a
Yep.
year, and it has to be during Paragon.
That is open for us.
That's
Yep.
good. Michael says, hello, everyone. Hello.
You, y'all.
There we go.
Well,
So, what is your agenda at the Deep South Paracomic-Con? What do you guys have going?
well, we'll of course have our table set up for meet and greets or whatever, and
Oh, yeah.
we're doing a workshop about investigating and collecting EVPs and the difference between like Class A, Class B,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, the different equipment that we use, how to listen to them, basically how to collect EVPs during an investigation. So that's what we'll be discussing.
Right
Well,
on.
I think I've been going about it the hard way for a real long time. I've started something a couple of years ago, and I kind of feel stupid. Like, why didn't I do this before? But I'll record a little bit and stop and listen at that point.
Yep.
Lynn German! This guy's a crazy, crazy, crazy. You guys need to be on Lynn's show. You'll love him. He's awesome. Definitely should get over there.
That was good. Anytime.
Let me pop this up for you guys. This is their poster from Deep South, Richard and Colleen Johnson,
I'm gonna tell you
Ethereal
what,
Voices Paranormal.
I look
Um,
pretty buff in that picture there.
You look chunky. You did.
Aw,
You did.
it's just the angle. It's the angle.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But, Enterprise, Alabama, y'all don't forget about this wonderful opportunity. There's some really good people that's going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like the venue is going to be better than ever.
Mm-hmm.
And gosh, that dog behind you is gorgeous. I just love German Shepherds, and that baby's just twirling. What
Yeah,
love.
That's Kara.
Oh, how gorgeous.
Right here. You can see her.
Hey, baby.
Hey,
You see
There
her
you
Oh,
there?
I see now. Yeah, I see that little
that's our
snap.
little pet. That's Tink.
We've
Oh.
only just had her for a few months. We rescued her. She was chained up in someone's backyard with a boat chain, and she was starving.
Oh, no.
And
Oh, my dear God.
she was laying on top of a puppy crate that was half buried in the mud on a little scrap of towel. And Richard was working at a house, and he went in the backyard because he heard the dog crying, and he went back there, and he told this puppy, "Don't worry, baby, that this is the last night you sleep outside."
Thank you, Richard.
And she's here. And she was
She's
nothing
not
but
skinny
bones.
anymore.
She was so,
Raise your arm.
she was just,
Raise your arm, Richard. There she comes.
she was
There she comes.
skin and bones, and now she's fat.
She's
Good.
sausage with legs.
I know.
Oh, look
I
at
know.
that.
It is going to be a great family reunion. We talked
Yeah.
about that when I was on Ben Bracken's show, and then Gwen did on Ben's show,
Mm-hmm.
and then I did
A lot
on
of good guests there,
Stan's
too.
show.
I can't wait to see.
Blaine says it all the time. It's a family reunion.
There's
It
gonna be a lot
is,
of good people there. A lot
Blaine
of good
actually
folks.
told me about this Paracon. I don't even know how many years it's been, but I think it was maybe the second one.
This is her fur baby.
And I just couldn't believe it. And then we went there and we investigated Pauley Jail. And I had so much fun with Teresa. I just loved her to pieces. And nothing wrong with Stan, but us girls just connected, and they had really smart methods. The way that Stan did some of his experiments, and he kind of took control of the whole jail, and we all knew what we were doing, so we weren't stepping over each other. Because when you walk in, it's nothing but like metal cages all over, so you can hear echoing from one side to the other. So it takes some strategy to do it.
Yep.
How many times have you guys been to Pauley?
Two.
We've been to Poly Jail twice. So
I love it.
The first
I think
night
it would have been like
spent
6,
the night
7.
there, but a huge
It
storm
stormed.
came in.
I love it when it storms up there.
Oh, it's bad. We gotta remember we had an hour drive home, and we had
2
the
hours
dogs,
almost.
2 hours almost. And then the second time, we had a great experience with him doing the Estes method, and it was funny because it was raining outside, but he didn't know that. He had the noise canceling headphones on. Okay, had no idea it had started raining, and he's like, whatever spirit was coming through was saying, "I hear the rain. It's raining."
Oh.
And I was like, "How does he know it's raining?" He was doing it for about 30 minutes. And I was
Wow,
like,
you were on
"Okay,
a long time.
yeah, we gotta stop it
It
there."
didn't feel like it though. I swear, it felt like I guess I got so into it. It felt like it was just
Yeah.
a minute. They were like, "Hey, hey," But it was great. Yep, it really was.
He was
That
perfect.
tears it. Gwen, I'm taking you. We'll
Ah.
get Blaine. We'll go, won't we, Blaine? We
Oh,
can show her. She's
yeah.
never been.
Y'all call us, let us know. We'll drive down there and meet
Well-
you there.
It's got a lot of activity for. It's not a huge place.
Mm-hmm.
No,
But
No, it's
for
not.
it to be so small, it's a really active little place.
No privacy. If you were in that place, no privacy.
No,
none.
yeah, we had a
They didn't
lot.
care either. So where is the craziest place you've gotten an EVP?
For me, it was our house in Gulf Breeze.
Really?
I
Oh my
was
God.
I was running on the treadmill. Nobody was home except my daughter and my son's baby mama. They were outside sitting on the bench talking. And it was way back when, when you had an iPod.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right. And I was running on the treadmill. I'm singing loudly and off key, right? And all of a sudden, I heard someone say, "Hey!" And so I stopped, looking around, and nobody's there. And I took my headphones, I just threw them over the treadmill. The treadmill's still going, and I went outside, and I still smoked at the time. I smoked like 4 cigarettes. And I called Richard, and I said, "Where are you at?" He said, "I'm on my way home." I said, "Okay." Well, I heard someone say, "Hey." He said, what do you mean?" I said, "I heard someone say, 'Hey,' and there's nobody here." He's like, "I'm coming." So we came in the house and we did a quick EVP session, which we never do in our own home. But because they interacted with us first, we had known, they would knock on the doors and lock the doors and stuff like that. And then we did an EVP session, and he said, "You the one that's been bothering my wife?" And he said, "Yeah." And
Wow.
he said, "Well, if you don't leave her alone, you're going to have to leave, and I can make you leave." And he said, "Let me stay." And that was probably one of the best EVP sessions we had, because it was just like random, just out of nowhere. All of a sudden, he's
So crazy.
The creepiest one I've ever had the entire time I've been doing this, and it's been 30 years now. And I think the creepiest EVP I've ever recorded, it was back in the old days when you used a cassette recorder. I set it up in the house, and the house just had
Cassette recorder.
heavy just feeling. It was an empty house, and people left because of the activity. I set the tape recorder on the table, hit record, and then I felt this smack on my face, and I had a handprint on my face. And on the recording, you hear the smack, and then it said, "You might die here."
Oh, for Pete's sake.
That is
I gotta ask,
the weirdest EVP that I've ever gotten.
what is the funniest EVP you ever called?
A fart.
I'll give you a fart story.
At Fort Morgan, a fart.
Oh goodness.
Fart.
My favorite is Richard. Well, I wasn't there. Richard had done an EVP session at Fort Morgan, and he walked into, he had investigated Fort Morgan for what, 26 years?
Yeah, whatever, long time.
The spirits knew him,
Blaine knows.
right?
They know me there too.
It had been a minute since he had been there. And he walked in, he's like, "Hey, I'm back." And we got an EVP session, said, "Oh God, not you."
I love those.
But
No,
have you
I'll
ever
have
had
to-
EVP that changed?
Sorry. The funniest EVP I recall, well, I actually got 2 of them. One was at Bryce's Hospital in Tuscaloosa, just outside of it. We go to sit on this stack of wood, and you hear this. I hear him in my ear, and I got it coming through the ghost box and recorded. And you hear this old man goes, "It ain't gonna hold you, dumbass."
Oh,
And
dear.
then you hear us crash. Then you hear the old man cackling, "Told you, dumbass." Then you
Oh,
hear him walk off.
my God.
And then another one, we were up at Waverly, and we were on the 3rd floor, and we were doing an event up there. This lady and her husband that got in our group sat down, and y'all, she farted louder than any man I've ever heard. And as soon as
Oh,
she did,
no.
it was just like going, "You nasty, stinky bitch."
Oh my God.
Oh, Lord.
Amen. She got so embarrassed that she told her husband, "Grab my purse, we're out of here." And they talked about her for the next 4 hours up there in that whole building.
Oh my.
That's
crazy.
too funny.
Now
That's funny.
We've had EVPs that have changed. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, where you listen to it and it clearly says something, and then someone else listens to it and said, "No, it says this." Then you listen to it and it's a different voice and it says something different. Have you ever had that happen?
Yes. If y'all learn how to, what software are you using to do your EVPs with?
Audacity.
Audacity. You know, you can go reverse on there. You have an EVP going forward, then play it backwards. It's a whole different voice, a whole different EVP.
Mhm.
Oh,
I'll
it's
teach you how to do that. It's real simple, but God, the results you get out of it is amazing.
Yep. There's so much like that we're trying to do as far as collecting EVPs, different recorders, different microphones, different because each recorder records a little bit different.
Sure they do.
And that's why they say, oh, well, I had two of them right next to each other, and only one got it. Well, that's because if you look at the back, there are different frequencies that they recorded in. And I think one day somebody's going to find that little sweet spot in there where it's going to be like, oh, hey, what's up? And then listen back, oh, not much. How you doing? Because I mean, a lot of times when you get it, they're answering what you asked them. So they have to hear it somehow.
You're right there. You can have two different recorders side by side and only get EVP on one, but you might catch a whole different EVP on that other recorder that you never know. And it's like, people used to get mad at me because I could get EVP so easily. It's like, how do you get so?
Yes, you've always been able to do that.
You talk to them and they'll answer you back if you just listen.
Well, you have a voice first of all, you guys with deep voices, some kind of resonance difference, plus the sound of it is louder. Yeah. But when we were on the Wilmington, Gwen and I did notice that, and this has nothing to do with EVP specifically, but there was some things going on the ship, and I'm hearing something and she's not hearing it. And then the spirit said something to the both of us, and we both heard it at the same time. If it was a joke, and we just busted out laughing.
Yeah.
And then that was when we realized that spirits can talk to one person and not the other. It's not like our voice having to speak it out. They can actually direct it to different people. And I've been wanting to see if that is the case with recorders. And we had Steve and Pam Berry on the show, and they were talking about their bed and breakfast that used to be a funeral home. No, not a funeral home, nursing home. And they have EVP sessions all the way up the staircase and around, and they start telling the information, and it just keeps changing. Yeah, that's right. The RCA recorders are good. But you have to watch the new ones because it'll compress all the noise. It'll call it noise canceling. So everything that would have been an EVP, it compresses and you don't hear it. Mm-hmm. It pissed me off. I thought I had something wonderful. And I turned that thing on, and luckily I had my Old Faithful going too. Thank God, because I'd have missed it all.
Mm-hmm. I've always I have an old school tape recorder, and
the one we have to push the two buttons
the big
down
square.
I got my first 3 EVPs off of one of those.
It's the best thing to collect EVPs with. I don't know why. And I guess because, it's not like a digital recorder where it's recording through digital format. It records onto that tape, but it's using magnetism. So that head that tape's going across is magnetized.
Yep.
And somehow maybe they're able to grab a hold of that magnetic
I feel like
field.
That's right.
Be able to talk into it easier. But I mean, you listen to a recorder with a cassette recorder, you get all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah.
I got one at a thrift shop, and it was one of those red ones for kids that was like this big, and it had a handle across the top.
I love those things.
And I love them, and it did really well for me, and I was very excited. And I got me a real EVP recorder. I'm going to get, now I miss it so much. I wish I had gotten rid of it. I'm going to go on eBay and get me another one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's why when we teach our class on doing EVPs, we have sound bites of different EVP sessions that we've done. And there's every single one we play it, and we're like, okay, what did you hear? What did you hear? What did you hear? Because people might hear something different. Mm-hmm. And they say, if it can say, Christmas, and then you say it says Halloween, and then they hear Halloween, they don't hear Christmas. You know what I mean? So, teaching them how to train their ear to hear what they're hearing.
I still think my favorite one I've ever caught was at a farmhouse in Shelby County. You hear this older black man say, "George likes homos." It was, I died laughing because it was funny the way he said it too. Like he was outing somebody.
So we were investigating off of 12th Avenue. No, 12th Avenue. There's a playground that was a cemetery, and they built the playground over the cemetery. And
Oh, yeah. There's nothing will go wrong with that.
Yeah, there's a Boy Scout house there. They didn't know there was a cemetery there until the Boy Scouts were doing something with repairs or something, and they were pulling up bones. And then they're like, oh, there's a cemetery here. So we were doing an EVP session, and the only EVP we got the whole night was, it sounded like an older black lady, and she said, sure looks different. And that's all we heard. Sure looks different, because it's a playground now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, they went out there after the kids found the bones there, and it's a big park. It has a playground and that Boy Scout little meeting house, and they went out there with ground penetrating radar, and they found 78 graves so far.
Dang.
Yeah, so, it's like, hey, your kids are
playing on that.
Your kids
Stomping around on some bones.
They covered up that.
So Nathaniel Elwell wants to know what you think of a DR60 recorder. He does not like them, but
I've heard of it.
It's an expensive toy. I mean, it's like any other recorder. They just make it out to be something way more than it is. Then they turn around on eBay and try to sell it for $10,000.
Yeah.
It's a digital recorder. It doesn't do anything special. And you know what? You can't even plug it into a computer to upload audio from it. And it does not have, the DR60s don't have the port to upload. You have to do it through a mic.
His favorite voice recorder he got off of, was it Nextdoor or was it Craigslist?
Yeah, like
it was like
Facebook.
Craigslist, and he paid $25 for it. And it's his favorite voice recorder. What brand is it? What kind is it?
Panasonic. It's a Panasonic.
Well, the Panasonic's
It's a DR60. I think that they're just, when all the big shows came out, that's what they had, the DR60. Everybody had it. So of course it was, the thing to have, and that's what happens with a lot of equipment from that you see on the shows. People are paying just astronomical prices for this equipment, but it's not worth it. It's not worth buying that. People go, what? It costs so much to get all this stuff. Dude, you want to investigate, get a cheap digital camera, a digital recorder, or a tape recorder. That's all you need.
Yep.
And yourself.
Back in
Maybe
the
a
old days.
video camera.
Back in
Use
the
your
old
phone.
days, the way you used to do it,
But I don't know. The DR60s are way overrated, and it doesn't do anything special that any other digital recorder does. Like we were talking about, you can set it down, set another one down. One will get an EVP, the other one don't, and it's not going to be the DR60 all the time. It has a very sensitive microphone, but so do a lot of the other ones. So, I mean, it's not really special. It's just expensive. It's not something you can just go out and buy. Oh, let me throw 10 grand for a little tiny recorder. No.
Hey, Richard, if they would have paid me, I'll take 10 grand for a recorder from them.
I hear you. I got a whole box
I
full
go to
of them over here.
CVS.
Shoot, I'll sell you 2 or 3 of them. You gave me that kind of money.
We've done impromptu investigations. We're driving by a cemetery or something. We're like, let's check this out. Or we're driving by a place that looks creepy. We'll check this out. And we just use our cell phone.
Yeah.
We record
I'll tell you what,
I'm filming, he's
The
recording.
new cell phones, recording artists are using them to record albums with.
They're making
Yeah.
movies.
They're making movies.
And movies, yeah.
So,
I mean, my cell phone, I've got some great stuff out of Poly Jail just off my cell phone.
mm-hmm. Yeah, the recording capability and the video is
Unreal.
video on new phones now, especially the Samsung phones. It is incredible.
He took a
Yeah, they
picture
are.
of the moon, and you could see the craters on the moon.
And iPhone, people go, oh, it look like iPhone. I don't, because the
Me either.
photos on an iPhone, you cannot zoom into something and take a picture of it on an iPhone and it look good.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, I just keep waiting on them to come out with one that has like night vision. Like,
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Actually, my Galaxy
Video.
does have night vision on it.
does it have night vision or just a night shot?
night vision on it.
Which one do you have?
I have the Google phone, the Google Pixel 10.
Okay, we have.
And it says night shot on it, or I know that my husband has a
Before video,
low light.
it lights it up without. It came on the phone.
Yep.
Dang.
Yeah, but I mean, like I have some recorders that have a camera on them. I just ordered like a bunch of different ones, skinny ones, fat ones, you know, Temu, eBay, everywhere, because, and just use
I do
them,
too.
you know, use each one and see what happens. You know, keep checking them, and you know, your best one in one place is not going to be your best one in another place. It depends on what kind of energy is there.
Thank you.
How they're going to be able to communicate with you.
It's like different people like different things. Different spirits like different mediums. It's just, you know, some like, you know, the digital, some like the old school, you know, magnetic tape recorders. So
I want to use an old reel-to-reel.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh, phone one of those and take it.
Have one.
You can get hours upon hours on a damn reel-to-reel.
Get one of those old timey mics that hangs down, you know, the big silver one.
Boom. Yeah.
I can just picture
That's
Wayne
cool.
singing it though. Carooner singing. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, but like at Fort Morgan, and I know I blow that place up a lot, but
Love that place.
the EVPs you get down there are just, it's just, you can get them everywhere. You walk around in there and it's so like, none of the really big shows have been there except Expedition X.
And they got a full body apparition.
And they caught a full body apparition on camera while they were filming.
Richard, you know what I got in there? You know, when you go in the very back part of the fort and you go back over to the right, that's facing out toward the bay.
Yeah.
Inside that room, we got an audible baby cry.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh
All
yeah.
I
If
ever
you,
get over there is the sound of frogs.
They had women, and you know there were whole families there, kids. A lot of
that was the nursery or the school, and it was audible, and I got it on film and I got it on tape, and dude, it was scared the bejesus out of this investigator. Been investigating about 2 or 3 years, and it's cried in his ear. He jumped like somebody grabbed his butt. It screamed he screamed louder than the baby did.
Yeah, I can see that.
And of course, we laughed at it.
I think
You
hearing
would.
somebody's voice is a lot more compelling than when we get EVPs, but EVPs is the easiest way for them to communicate.
Oh, and they'll communicate in Fort Morgan.
Oh, yeah.
I've had the coolest thing ever happen there when we did a 4-day investigation there. When we were getting ready to leave, I told all the spirits, thank you for coming and letting us talk to you. Up on the very back side where the new section is, Richard, up top where they got the concrete with the rails.
Yeah.
We had about 40 spirit shadow figures stand up there and tell us goodbye.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
and shadows, full body apparitions. Then you feel like cold breezes go by you.
Just a pair of legs.
You hear people
I love
talking. I mean, the place is crazy, and it's just. I think it's one of those places that needs to be not overdone, because I can see it going south real fast if it was, But when you go, if you just take your time and talk to them like just regular people there, they'll sure enough talk to you.
I tell you, that's a huge pet peeve of mine when people are doing an EVP session and they keep asking the same question over and over. Who is here? How did you die? What,
I get so bored. I really get bored with that.
Yeah, I'm like you, Richard. I ask stupid questions like, is there beer there? Is there dancing there? Can you still have sex there? I ask questions like that, and they respond to it.
Stuff.
Yeah,
I want to know.
Did you know before you get there?
Gotta know
I
all
already
this
know
stuff,
you're
right?
dead, so I'm not going to ask you, are you dead? Do you know you're dead?
Yeah.
No, I
When did
never
you
asked him
die? How did you die?
Yeah.
You know, is Elvis there?
I'm sure they figured it out already. You know?
Yeah.
That's
I've had a
just-
couple spirits at Andersonville, dude. I mean, back to back, men said, "We're not dead. We're not dead." Right back to back, two different male voices. So they knew they
I'll
wasn't
tell you
dead.
what's gonna make me mad is when I die and then I go to the afterlife and then you got to get a job.
That'd be my worry, dude. Because I'm retired now. I don't want a
You
job.
know, you
I
got
want
to
a
get a
job
job.
forever.
You get a job investigating the living.
Yeah, really. Well, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show up butt naked on the Super Bowl, run across the damn field, and go, "Told y'all, sons of bitches, that there's ghosts."
I tell you though, you have to listen to what they say to you too. Like we were in St. John Cemetery, and we had someone who it's a cemetery here in town in Pensacola, but a lot of people go there. A lot of people go there. And we had shown up one day and we were, investigating, and there was a woman that said, "Oh, please be quiet. Rest. Please be quiet." And then we had a man say, "Please just leave. Please just leave." Finally, after like the third time, I was like, "Come on, boo, we gotta go." Like they're being very nice about it now, but it can get ugly. So let's just if they're asking us to leave, we're gonna leave.
We have some pretty historic cemeteries here.
Yeah, I love it when they cuss at you. I think it's a badge of honor when they cuss at you.
Yeah,
I think it's hilarious.
Well,
like Richard, I'll show up to a place and I'll hear, "What the F is Blaine doing here?" A place I've never been before. I just like,
Oh,
God, that's cool.
So, we're going to be near Fort Rucker this year. We're not going to be over in Ozark. And I've had experiences at Fort Rucker. And something that I haven't told anybody yet, but there was a serial killer that lived there on Fort Rucker. And I don't know if anybody knows about it, but I swear this is true. There was a man named Robert Lee Yates Jr., and he was a helicopter pilot in the 70s. Okay, he was in the 70s. And he later murdered 16 people in Washington State. I think it was like mid 70s to late 1998, 99, something like that. And his military record said that he was at Fort Rucker, and one of his duty stations is connected to one of his crimes. And there's hundreds of people that have died there. There was, of course, there's aviation accidents. This thing was built in the 40s. I think it was early 42. There was a tornado that struck and it killed some of the Army dependents. It injured like almost 90 people. Of course, there's medical emergencies, natural disasters. There were fixed wing aircraft crashes, helicopter training accidents. There's just been so much. And something that I found really interesting is unexplained lights when they do night flight. They can't figure out where the lights are coming from. So I'm thinking this might be a really cool place. If we kind of look it up. Hold on, let me get his name exactly. So you guys can look it up. Everybody watching, if this is something you're interested in about Fort Rucker, please check behind me, make sure I'm right. But his name was Robert Lee Yates, and he was a helicopter pilot. I don't know what kind of helicopter pilot. This was the 70s, so what would that make him? What, Matt?
Probably Huey's.
I thought it was a Cobra. Matt said Huey or Hueys or Cobras. Like Magnum PI helicopter.
Yeah.
Okay, so Robert Lee Yates Jr. served as an Army helicopter pilot. He enlisted in 1977 and he murdered 16 people in Washington State. And public records said that his military career had him at Fort Rucker, and there was someone that was victimized. It doesn't say if they were murdered, but there was something that happened. One of his cases happened at Rucker.
So part of that energy is still going to be there,
So I thought, after the con, one of the nights, I don't know, the after it's over or after the first day, it would be really cool. We don't have to go on Rucker. It'd be really cool to do an EVP session in the back
Mhm.
when things calm down and there's not so many cars going by,
Yeah.
to see if we could talk to some spirits that know spirits within the base that could give us an idea what's going on with that.
Right on.
I mean, why not? Let's see if we can solve a mystery.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
he really do that to somebody?
Yeah.
He was there and something happened, but it doesn't say what. It's been shut up. I want to know. I mean, it's the 70s now. Back then, CIA documents have been
Yeah, what happened to
declassified. We should be able. We ought to be able to find out. You got
Freedom
babies
of
coming in,
Information
and
Act, you should be able to find everything. Hello, Taterhead.
Hey, buddy.
you see Richard and Colleen. You're gonna see them
Yeah,
soon.
Mhm.
Can't wait to
Ted
see
Bundy
you
here
guys.
in Pensacola.
Yeah, talk about serial killers.
They caught Ted Bundy here.
Sure did.
I know, that's so scary.
And it was,
And,
it was funny, not that what he did, but a big fat cop's the one that caught him.
Yep.
A big 12 sandwich eating cop caught him.
Well, he
Yeah.
caught him at a restaurant.
Mm.
It was not.
Well, he starved him.
Yeah, and then
He starved himself to get through the hole. Remember?
Well,
So
that
it
was
would
in
take a
Utah.
big man to hold him down. Oh yeah, that's right, Utah.
No, he didn't escape out of Florida. Florida don't play.
No, they got him.
Welcome to the South.
Yes, ma'am.
That was his biggest mistake. Okay. Washington's a little bit more laid back. And
Yes, it does.
stuff.
Yes, it does.
Alabama or Florida or Louisiana, you ain't getting away.
No.
No.
Yeah, they caught him on. It's on West Cervantes, so yeah, by Oscar's restaurants where they pulled him over.
Yep.
He was in a. I think,
We're talking about Bundy.
Where-
Bundy, yeah. And the cop that caught him was about 350.
He's big boy.
Like, you can't run a guy that's 350?
Cornbread fed.
you just stay there, son.
For real.
I ain't gonna chase you. I'll
Don't
shoot you.
make me run.
Yeah. If you make me run, this is going to be really bad for you.
Do you imagine though how he felt when that guy, arrested Ted Bundy?
I know. Well, you know something weird? All right, when Ted was coming across country, my dad picked him up as a hitchhiker
Oh wow. Oh,
in,
that's
in Mobile area.
Mm.
Yeah.
crazy how lives intertwine like that. That's
I know. It's like, hell, my dad had Ted Bundy in the car. My dad lived it, but he wasn't a female, so Ted didn't hurt me because he was scared of him. He liked to
That
weak.
wasn't too bad. He wasn't that kind of serial killer.
Nope.
I was starting to find. I mean, around Pensacola, we're starting. We found another place over here, and it was it was the Pensacola Poor Farm back in the old days, where they buried all the poor people.
Yep.
And it's over by the Escambia County Jail, and it's just a open spot with a trail where people drive through the center of it. There's no grave. You can't tell there's any graves there, but that's where they buried all the people from the poor farm back in the old days. And they were like storing mulch and junk and all kinds of stuff all over the top of that place.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, they just awesome.
Well, we were talking about how there's Pensacola is inundated with homeless, which is sad, because they tore down Baptist Hospital, which could have been made into a homeless shelter. But I digress. But we were talking just the other day. Can you imagine how many? Because the homeless bury their own. They find a spot and they bury them. And he's like, imagine how many homeless are buried over here that people don't even
Just
know.
in the woods,
Just in the woods behind your house.
Chuck died. We buried him over there,
Yep.
Well, back in the
Crazy.
day, they used to bury them in their own yard. You buried your grandma in your front yard.
True.
Family plots. Oh yeah.
When we were driving to Gatlinburg, there was one spot where we knew because you had to turn left there, and it was where there was the house with the cemetery in the front yard. Every single time. I always remember that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'd want to bury my family in my yard.
You don't even like to visit your family.
To bury them in the yard.
Besides, your dad comes to
No.
visit anyway.
Hey, you ain't got to pay
It's a
taxes
lot
though,
cheaper.
if your yard's a cemetery.
You don't have to pay taxes.
When you think about it, the whole world's a cemetery anyway, from all the ancestors that came before us. So we're all on graveyards. So
Oh
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We've had someone in here that's been messing with our Alexa. Like
Oh yeah.
2, 3 in the morning.
Hang on, jeez.
I'm not quite sure how to do that.
No, we get up like
Alexa off.
2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and she'd just be going to town over there,
Blasting music.
wide open.
Blasting, and the only ones here are me and him and the dogs, and that's it.
yeah.
So I know the dog ain't getting up there going, hey, you know,
Hey Alexa, can you turn the music up really loud for me?
yeah, you know.
This morning, I
It was
got
on
up to
this
go to
morning.
work. It was 5 in the morning, and she was blasting, playing music, and I'm like, what in the-
Alexa, Metallica, please.
I mean, because you have to actually use her name and ask her what you want, you know? So a dog can't do that. So how in the heck? I don't know.
And it's always 2:30, 3 o'clock, 3:30,
Mm-hmm.
always that time that it happens.
And it's not grandma, because grandma has never messed with electronics.
Well,
Grandma,
this is a child spirit.
you think?
Oh, yeah, oh, I know.
Oh God, is it your daughter again?
It might be.
I
I
picked
have a daughter from a
I've got one here that'll turn.
around.
He'll turn Jennifer's hairdryer on. He'll turn on all the lights in the house, slam cabinets, turn the garbage disposal on, and then knock on the door, bang on the door.
Ours that I've seen her a couple of times. She used to only show up like if I was having a hard time, I'd see her. And
Yeah.
like I'd be in the bathroom shaving and I'd see her peeking around the corner and she'd giggle and run off. You know, or my son would come in there and he'd be like, Dad. I'm like, what? He said, you'd like tell her to stop because I'm trying to sleep and she keeps laying at the end of my bed and I don't like it. It creeps me out. And I'm like, hey, but I don't know. She just follows me around everywhere. So
Which
Yep.
I had to
That's
think
why
about
I
for
picked
her
up-
in the last 4 years that we lived in this house because we moved.
Because I picked up on a female child spirit. They're really hard right now, and that's what's messing with it.
Yeah, because we when we lived in Gulf Breeze, I would wake up. He would be at work because he was a garbage man, so he would leave at 3 in the morning and go to work, and it would be 5:30, and I would have what felt like a small child jumping on the bed.
said, get your butt up. It's time to go.
And if I turned my alarm off, I would hear 3 knocks on the window behind my head.
Uh huh.
And all that was behind me was my backyard, which was completely fenced in.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we have shepherds, so, you know.
And my dad comes around.
Yeah.
Your dad.
Yeah, when he died, he promised me, he said, when I go, I will let you know if there's something. And he was technically still alive, but I knew he wasn't alive. It was just,
The lights were on, but no one was
yeah,
home.
that his heart was beating, but that was it. And I came home and my doorbell, I have a Ring doorbell.
Mhm.
It kept ringing. And I'm like,
There's someone at your front door.
and I'm looking on the camera and I'm like, no, there's nobody at my front door. And it kept ringing. And then
11 times. in
this
one night.
chair that I'm sitting on, we were sitting over there watching TV, and I was like, I told her, I said, Dad hadn't done nothing here in a while. And literally this chair is on carpet. So it doesn't roll. And it rolled out from under the desk like somebody rolled it out and turned and hit the side of the desk. Made my dogs jump up. They were like, whoa, you know, so.
And us both being investigators, we both looked at each other and, must be dead. You know, we didn't freak out. We're like, oh, look, the chair moved.
Richard, that little girl, she's telling me her name. That little girl's telling me her name is Wilhelmina.
Well, that's a pretty name.
Somebody else said that.
Tanya?
Mina or something like that.
Are you Tanya?
I don't know. Who's telling you?
I went to
She's
say-
like 5 or 6.
Yeah, little blonde hair girl.
Yeah, she's from that land.
Yeah, so she's not, it's not your daughter.
And it's not the one I'm thinking of because I don't know. Ain't no telling. This house is 70 years old.
But Richard just started clearing the side yard. The side yard was completely overgrown. And I used to joke, oh, during Halloween, we should make it look like a cemetery.
It probably is.
Because it probably is. It's fenced in. It's separately fenced in. And someone was using it. The landlord said he thought they were using it as a puppy pen, like they were breeding dogs or something. But it's completely overgrown, and Richard just started clearing it. So I'm wondering if that has something to do with her showing up now. But she blasts that music. She likes music.
Wow.
Yep, she does.
I've tried to do some EVP, a few in here, and I've never gotten any voices in here. Or other house, yeah, but
I never like to open that door where you live, because where you live should be where you can relax. It shouldn't be where you're worried about what you've opened and didn't close, or who you invited in, or
Mm-hmm.
That's like somebody when we went to Fort Gaines and didn't cleanse himself before he left Fort Gaines, and ever since then we've had shadows in the house. You just
Wow.
sit in the hall, go back and forth down the hall.
Come home with me. He's all right. He's all right.
And every time I tell him, I said, we have sage, just sage you need to sage yourself. He still has not saged himself. I said, somebody attached to you, because they don't want you saging them.
Reach around.
No.
Stop talking about them. Hey, felt like somebody just touched me.
This Wilhelmina.
I thought it was
It's
like
Wilhelmina.
I thought it was like you reached over here,
I'm
Like
married
this.
to you. I don't want to touch you.
like and touched me on the side. But
I think you would have noticed me doing that.
I guess I don't know. That was weird.
Yeah,
That's
she's
why I
like,
was looking to see if something was poking
that's why
out.
she doesn't want you saged, because she doesn't want. I actually found Palo Santo wax melts. I burn them at
Really?
night when I'm sleeping. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we have it on in our bedroom to, kind of.
It's nice.
Dove Body Wash just came out. Their FIFA edition is Palo Santo and Sage.
Oh, how nice.
I've not seen that yet.
The nightly cleansing.
I bought 6 bottles.
I know that Bath and Body Works had something to do with Palo Santo hand sanitizer.
Oh,
yeah.
gosh, I love it. I love the smell. It smells so good.
Sage.
So, we don't have a lot of time left, but I wanted to ask you. I've been doing like deep dives into Enterprise, and have you ever heard of the poor woman named Sarah Starr?
Nope.
Oh Lord, what a mess. Okay, so Sarah Starr is a school. No, she lived in a parsonage, and her husband Jason, they were getting a divorce. I don't know what transpired there, but they decided to get a divorce, and he got hit with a huge alimony and child support bill, and it pissed him off, and he decided he wasn't going to do it. And he hired his brother, or at least that's the story. He hired his brother by paying him money and a Triumph motorcycle to kill her. And she came out of her house and was going to get in her car, and he shot her. Jason did. But there is a pilot, Nikowski was his last name, at Fort Rucker, and he got into an argument with Sarah at Walmart 9 days before she died. And the police told Mikowski that he was going to have to take a lie detector test to prove whether or not he was involved in her death.
Mm-hmm.
He committed suicide.
Oh my
But
God.
in his letter, it said that Jason, her husband, and his brother did it. But everybody was really concerned about whether this guy that committed suicide to avoid the lie detector test, was he a part of it as well?
Mm-hmm.
And him committing suicide before he had the chance to, be questioned was a big deal. And I don't know if he actually committed suicide on the base or not. But there's another one. There's just, when you deal with people, just all kind of stuff happening, And as many people as come and come and gone at Fort Rucker. I'm not surprised we have some of this, but I just thought it was really interesting. Maybe these are some things we could, us, as we're doing our family reunion, besides, what we're doing for our clients, this would be interesting.
That would be fun.
Oh,
We need to, you
yeah.
need to let us know where y'all staying, because we haven't heard anything about where people are staying for this. So,
This
Yeah,
year,
we haven't really either.
it's going to be the Hampton Inn and Enterprise.
okay, Hampton Inn and Enterprise. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Because we hadn't heard nothing. It's like,
Well, I know Stan and Teresa were working on it when I talked to them on Saturday. And they
Okay.
were getting all the arrangements done with the Hampton Inn. But yeah, you guys will have a room at the Hampton for Saturday night only.
oh, that's not bad. That's awesome. But
Yeah, at the end of our street, like we live, our road is a horseshoe. So Beach Street, it's a horseshoe.
So is mine.
On the far end of it over here, there was a girl, I guess it was probably 12 years ago or so, maybe
yeah,
a
we've
little
been here
more.
4 years, so it's probably.
That a Navy girl was jogging down that street, and some guys came up and killed her, shot her, and she died right there on that corner. So there's a picture of
Oh
her
my God.
and like a little memorial thing set up there of her on that corner, and they've never found out who did it.
Dang.
But he's seen a lot of stuff on this street. Like he's seen a woman walking down the street, then she disappeared.
Like she was wearing a black hoodie, like sweat hoodie.
Which freaks me out because when we were in Gulf Breeze, I thought my daughter Katie had come over because it was a girl like older teens, early 20s maybe, long dark hair with a black hoodie on and had the hoodie up and walked past my windows because we had huge windows that went the whole length. And I saw her walk past the windows and I thought it was Katie. And so I waited a minute, she didn't come in. So I got up and I went outside, and Richard still smoked at the time. He was sitting outside smoking. I said, "Where's Katie?" He goes, "She's not here." I said, "I just saw her walk past the windows." He's like,
I remember talking
"Nobody's
about
here."
it.
But I mean, I saw her clear as day. I mean, she was outside. She wasn't inside. But yeah. And then he sees a girl in a black hoodie that disappeared.
Here.
And I'm like,
but I don't know if it was, the same or if it was this girl or, but I thought about maybe, going down there and setting some stuff up and see if,
I would.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, she might say something.
I think that's something I would, do that, and then we can review some of the evidence with you.
yeah.
Or you can show us what you got. That would be really interesting, poor thing.
Yeah,
Because it was right there on the corner. She was in the Navy, and she was here at Corey Station for training, and they said she was running. She was jogging and got to that corner, and some guys killed her, shot her.
Where we live
Probably
used to be
robbing
a
her.
really bad neighborhood, but now it's a good neighborhood. Like, how neighborhoods change. And,
Yeah.
and so it was a bad neighborhood back then.
And then there was a dude that lived next door. What's that fight club up there?
The Outlaws?
The Outlaws. He was an enforcer for the Outlaws, and he got gut shot. He lived in the house right next to us, and he came home and died on his couch in the house next to us. So
Spirits just gotta find us.
it's surrounded by all kinds of crap over here.
I mean, it's Pensacola. It's so old, and
I love Pensacola.
I wish they'd let us investigate St. Michael's Cemetery, but they won't let us investigate. Or the old Sacred Heart. That'd be awesome.
The old Sacred Heart just sold them. Some new people on it, and the maintenance guy there is really cool. So,
So at the old
Might be
Sacred
able to
Heart
get in there.
Hospital, the old Sacred Heart Hospital, there's a pizza
That'd be
place
cool.
on pizza. It's in the morgue.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we actually every time we go, we end up getting seated in where we believe was the processing room. What would you call it?
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, it has like
Embalming room.
and a drain in the floor.
right.
If you go to the pizza place and then you go to use the restroom, which is in the hallway, you can go like up a couple floors and wander around.
yeah. So,
That's cool.
and now they're fixing to open up. The top 2 floors have been closed for years, and they've been trying to fix everything. So they're fixing to open those up. And you see people walking around, Anybody here?
That's so cool.
People come out because they rent out the rooms that were hospital rooms are now like office spaces. So they have massage therapists. They have all kinds of stuff in their restaurants, a
Gelato.
gelato place. But the upper floors, there's nobody up there.
Nope.
So
They were talking about maybe making it apartments. I don't know.
they were like, "Did you find any ghosts?" The people who come out of their offices. Find anything?
Are you looking for ghosts?
Anything?
But it's cool because that was such an old hospital, but it's been around forever, and now they have new Sacred Heart on Ninth Avenue, which is where I worked. But it would just be so cool to be able to investigate those upper. From what we understand, the upper
I
floors.
would love it.
Like just the way
I love
they.
that.
It's like one of
I'd
those.
love to
places-
get some spooky pizza and go see what's up.
Yeah, it's one of those places you want to go when you pull up and you go, oh, it's like pulling up at Waverly. That place, I would compare it to like pulling up in front of Waverly. It looks like this
Wow.
old building, big stone walls, and it has that look like Waverly does,
I
And-
love that feeling, and I love Pensacola.
Yeah.
Let's pile up and go. Let's find a way to go, y'all.
We got a lot of
Make it so, guys.
Can you imagine the four of us in Fort Morgan?
Oh,
my
good Lord.
style.
Me and Richard have been together in Fort Morgan, so
me and him.
That'd be
Yeah,
fun with all.
When I would love to go with you. That'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to go.
Especially
Because guys get a lot of response, but do girls?
Yeah, that's true.
The Pensacola bed and breakfast, is that what it's called? Victorian
Bed and
The
breakfast.
Victorian bed and breakfast here in Pensacola. It's haunted. We know it is. We've seen stuff in there. A friend of mine the other night was there. He rented a room, and he was the only person staying there. And he had a camera running in his room while he was asleep. And when I first watched the video that he recorded, I was like, I don't see anything. And he goes, I keep seeing something. And he lightened the video up. It was completely like in the dark room. He lightened it up a little bit, and I was like, dude, how did you sleep in there? You see, and there are kids that are there. You see this little kid hop up and go across the room.
right on.
The only person there.
Oh,
And it's on video. I was like, dude, that's great.
What a catch.
Went there one night
now
in
I want to go now.
Justin's room.
Oh, there's so many things we could get into, guys. You know it.
We were in the
Yeah.
Justin's room, and we had Richard was at one end, and I was sitting on the bed with a voice recorder. There were probably 20 people in there, because we were doing an event, and we weren't getting a whole lot. The equipment wasn't going off too much, and all of a sudden, I felt like something stabbed me straight through the chest, and I'm like sitting like this, and I'm trying to sit up, going, maybe it's the way I'm sitting, but it didn't go away. And I managed to get myself up, and I went over to Richard. As soon as I got to Richard, all the equipment starts going off. And I said, I feel like something stabbed me through the chest. And someone took a picture, and they got a picture of a woman coming down from the ceiling.
Like coming down, like looking down.
She has her face was white, and her hair was like in a big poofy on top with a bun, and she was coming down like that. And they caught it on their cell phone camera. And I was
wow.
like, oh my God.
That's crazy.
It's pretty awesome. And there's only like, let's see, 1, 2, there's like 5 rooms. And like, so if you have enough people, you can like rent the whole place.
The woman who takes care of it, she stays downstairs. Like she has her own area
Yeah, like
down there.
a little like off building there is where they live. So they don't, once they say, okay, see you later, they don't come out of their little living area.
Until
They
in the
stay,
morning when she makes your breakfast, which is wonderful.
That's something
But
to
the whole
consider,
house,
y'all.
like if you rent the whole, especially in the wintertime, she's not busy.
Yeah.
So there's multiple weeks at a time that nobody stays there.
It's not super over the top.
So
expensive
she's like,
either.
We
And
give
it's
you a
right downtown
discount,
Pensacola too.
you know?
So
so we could get a discount if we book all the rooms.
Well,
Yeah.
that is off season, so it should be pretty easy to do.
And it'd be
Well,
wonderful.
I got a special surprise to show you guys. Blaine has written a second book, Our
Oh,
Supernatural Journey, True Encounters, Real Spirits, Eternal Lessons. And so he's talking about spirit communication, ghost box sessions, haunted encounters, battle with dark entities, protecting the innocent. There's just a lot in this book.
Awesome.
And
congratulations, Blaine.
Who's
I'm
that guy on the
very,
front?
Yeah, who's that guy in the front? Who's
That's me.
that's Blaine, that's Skinny Blaine. That's Skinny Blaine. You ought to see him. He's all hair and legs now. He's skinny.
We saw the pictures that they posted of us from Deep South Paracomic Con, and we're like, dang, we look good. It was all AI.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
nothing wrong with that. No, they just accentuating the reality.
They put up
So
all
I
these
have
AI
a new,
pictures. Oh, look at that.
excuse me.
Hot mama.
All right, so this is your psychic connection. I'll be starting at July the 8th, and it's on Wednesdays and Thursdays, just for 2 weeks, $50, from 6 to 8 Eastern. I hope you guys will consider coming. We're going to talk about remote viewing, and we're going to try to do some ourselves. And this is a really big supportive community, and we're looking at practical techniques. And I've got some really cool things to show you guys. I think you'll really enjoy it. If you're interested, I'm going by Venmo and Cash App because Eventbrite stunk the last time I tried to use it, and it made me angry. So me and my redneck self went to Venmo and Cash App.
There you go.
All right, and this is the new book that I should have it out very soon. Bewitched Book of Boo Bites. It's a cookbook about spooky, gently spooky recipes, decoration ideas. It's got some little fiction, spooky stories in it. It's just a lot of fun. My favorite recipe is the bat wings. It's fried chicken wings,
Mhm.
and it's barbecue sauce, and then you add a little bit of blackberry jam and a little bit of rum, and mix it so it coats good, and it's
Sounds
pretty
good.
good. It's pretty good. All right, so this is what we've been talking about, guys. Come meet Colleen and Richard at the Deep South Paracomic Con,
Yep.
August the 8th and 9th. It's at Enterprise Civic Center in Enterprise, Alabama. It's August, like I said, August 8th and 9th. We're going to have a great time. This is a down-to-earth, fun event. Everybody just has a great time. Like we've been saying, this is very much a family reunion for us.
Yes, it is.
And
I can't wait.
that's
Look at that.
Colleen and Richard. All right, so got a couple of more, and then I'll let everybody go. We have Gettysburg. That's our first one on the list, July the 24th through the 26th, and I'm on there somewhere. But it's going to be a lot of fun at the Eisenhower Hotel, as always. It's supposed to be a lot of fun, so I hope you guys will consider coming. Here's the Deep South one. I just showed that. And, ooh, wait, where'd it go? Here is, let's scroll on up.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is New Orleans. I can't wait to see you guys too. This is actually they just put up a sign today that another set of packages that he had available has sold out. If you're interested in going, you really ought to just go ahead and get your stuff because it's a possibility you won't be able to get tickets.
Sam, my buddy Sam Baltrusis.
It's only 3 hours from us.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Here in Pensacola. Sam's parents live here.
Oh, look at that. That's cool.
Yeah. So I re-released the Victorian Ghost Files Between Heaven and Ectoplasm, and you'll see Glenn's picture on the back and Willie Gibson. They've given me some reviews about it. I hope you guys will consider reading it. There's some really interesting stuff about how people ghost hunted back then, talking about really old ways. We're talking about cassette recorders. It goes even further back, and they would study a case 5 years and then compare it to history when they finally figured it out. You know, no Wikipedia back then. So it
Yep.
took a minute, and they were actually able to get real names and work on some mysterious cases. All right, let's see what this is. All right, New Orleans Paracon. We are doing 2 ghost hunts. It's Ron, Lourdes, John, and myself, and we will be at the Andrew Jackson Hotel in the Voodoo House. And I can't wait for that. That will be awesome. And there's going to be a lot more ghost hunts going on, so be on the lookout about that. All right, Mr. Blaine.
All right, guys, you had a million choices for your entertainment tonight. You chose to watch us. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. You guys mean the world to us. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow night for Cryptid Nation.
Tomorrow night we will have David J. Paul, who is a movie producer, and he's coming on tomorrow to discuss some of his projects. He does a lot of paranormal stuff, and so we'll get a sneak peek at some of his newest projects. Blaine, do it.
This is what I hate to do, but I do it every week. If you are a soldier, sailor, airman, or Marine, or any veteran, and you're thinking about committing suicide, please call 988. And they're 24 hours, they're confidential, and they have supportive counselors, and help is here. And if you don't want to talk to them, they have a chat line. If you don't want to talk to them, call me, call Lee, call Glenn. We were more than happy. I've already talked down 5 veterans from committing suicide, and I take that as a badge of honor. And also, it's not just for veterans. Anyone that's thinking of committing suicide, you can dial that same number. It's not just for us; it's for everybody. Hey, Michael. So,
It's, grief waves are horrible. You feel like you're going to die, and panic attacks are just as bad. PTSD can be triggered by anything and catch you at any time. It's worse than all of a sudden wetting your pants in public. It's that scary, that embarrassing, but there's nothing you can do about it. And you're not the only one that's having them. I have them. Blaine has them. Gwen has them. Everybody's had some type of trauma. Richard's had them. I didn't want to speak for you, Richard. I was waiting on the hand to go up. But our point is, breathe, reach out. You have nothing to lose, everything to gain by reaching out to somebody that's been there, done that, getting through it ourselves. We're here for you. Reach me anytime. Reach out to Gwen too. She's not a military veteran, but she's a medic, and she's seen her own trauma. So we all have.
Yep.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Colleen, Richard, it has been awesome.
Thank you.
We love you dearly, and I can't wait to see you at the time.
See you in 2 months, brother.
Yep. We'll see you
Tick, tick.
You too, Miss Colleen. I can't wait to give you a big hug.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye, y'all.
See ya.